How you doing, YouTube? Now with Massive Beer Reviews. Back to yet another review. A little bit of Chi-Town collabness. On today's Massive Beer Review in the form of Hop Butcher for the World, Weldworks Brewings. It is their Render the Phat. Yeah, we have a little bit of Galaxy and Melba Hopped Double IPA in this with passion fruit in our hands right now. First things first, thank you very much, Hop Butcher. They sent us off. Did a couple of reviews that was sent to me by Jordan from out Chicago way. He sent me a couple of beers, reviewed them. Hop Butcher dug them. They reached out, and then they sent me beers. Circle of life. So yeah, let's dive into this sucker. Like I said, Render the Phat. It's a Galaxy and Melba Hopped Double IPA with passion fruit, mind you. 7.5% alcohol by volume. That'd be that, except on the back it has tasting notes. It says passion fruit, cream peach, and summer citrus on the back there. On the front, you got this kind of old school kind of street drawing of a dude with a cleaver and a tape, cassette tape. You know, you kids don't know what that is, but you know, you got a little cassette tape going down or whatever. Art's cool. Render the Phat, PHT Phat, like you 90s kids. Like me, 80s and 90s kids. We know our fatness. So let's see. I'm weird, man. Anyway, let's give this a vigorous pour. Throw this over here and say, okay, you know, half pinky finger, you know, infinite white head, decent creaminess to it, to do crazy, super tight tobacco bowls. She's got that soft haze, baby, that you know, kind of slightly like butternut squashy, lemon limey kind of vibe, soupy thing going on. So she definitely lives up to that New England kind of style hazy IPA-ness that everybody wants so bad in their life. Let's get some nose action going. There's a soft greenness. I don't want to say soft. There's a nice greeniness to it. The greenness comes off kind of not super jarring, a bit more rounded. It's not soft. It's a bit bigger but rounded. And that fruitiness definitely comes off tropical. So you're talking about that kind of passion fruit, kind of tropical fruitiness. It's definitely there. Again, very rounded. Nothing's too in your face. And that extra hopping, that double dry hopping, definitely comes off with a softness to it. It's not just, you know, it's not, you know, what do they call it, like a block wave. It's definitely kind of like more loopy, kind of nice, kind of flowing, oscillating wave. It's not as harsh and as jarring, but it has impact to it. But yeah, hops, sweetness, all in kind of appropriately impactful balance. Let's just dive in, see what she's got. Cheers. Tasty. There's an added fruitiness to it that I really can't pin down. It's the most vibrant thing. We're talking passion fruit, cream peach, summer citrus. It's almost like a floralness to it. Like a potpourri level floralness to it. Like it's so big for me. It's coming off very kind of, not as gaudy as like a grandma's kind of perfume kind of florally thing. That's what I think of when it's floral. Or like grandma behind the, you know, on the shitter behind the, you know, where you upper deck people, what do they call it, tank. On that day, she put that huge pile of potpourri flowers. It generally smelled pretty good, but when she refilled it with actual potpourri, the first day she did it, it was like you got hit in the face when you open the bathroom door. It's not that big, but it has that floralness to it. That edible flower thing that a lot of chefs kind of work for, like to put in their food nowadays. It has that going for it for me. There's that citrus in there, there's that tropical fruitiness, but it's all about that floralness, that kind of perfumey floralness. And the taste, it's weird to come, you know, smell it and the taste. Because for me, that perfuminess is more of a smell thing. How much do you actually taste perfume? But that's where I'm getting it from. Maybe that's the combination of the actual, like, maybe it's a fusel alcohol thing combined with that floralness. Because if you ever, like, have kind of perfume sprayed and every now and then you get it in your mouth, it's kind of got that vibe to me. It's not negative. I'm not like, you know, you walk through Macy's and a girl spritz it and you kind of get it in your mouth and you're like, oh, fuck, that sucks. I don't have that feeling. It's a cool feeling. It's a welcoming feeling for me. But it's interesting when I get out of a beer. It has that, like I said, that citrus, that kind of passion fruity kind of tropical thing going on. But the floriness stands out for me. Got a nice mouthfeel to it. Nothing too crazy. There's a nice bittering to it. There's a nice dryness to it. So it tastes like there is an extra component of that hops in there. That extra hopping, or dry hopping, if you will. Double dry hopping, sorry. But there also tastes like there's a little bit of yeastiness kind of at work too. Something outside your normal kind of London ale yeast kind of thing, propping it up. And yeah, she's tasty. Midwest through and through again. And that's kind of the vibe I get from a lot of these kind of Chicago beers. They usually lay pretty deep into their roots. They don't really go, even though they're making these kind of New England style IPAs, they're not going kind of all in with just overt kind of crazy New England style juiciness. They're bringing those kind of components and techniques from the Northeastern New England style IPA, but bringing their own kind of homegrown kind of roots to the beer, which is pretty fucking cool, which is what you want beer to do. It's a terroir thing, sure. Hops, you know what I mean? When's the last time you strolled around downtown Chicago and saw hops growing? So it's not traditional in the sense of terroir, but it's more like you have these kind of hop profiles when you come to these beers, whether it be your mid-Atlantic or your Northeast or your West Coast or even your Midwest. They all have their kind of vibes and profiles when it comes to these hops, what they've traditionally used. And this is kind of giving you that kind of New England style, Northeastern kind of IPA with this kind of Midwest kind of hoppiness. That's fucking cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Tasty, drinkable, comes in less than 7.5%. Was it 0.5? Hopefully I'm not wrong. Yep. But now that I think about that fusel alcohol thing with the potpourri thing, makes me think it's a little bit bigger beer, but it's easily drinkable. There's no heat to it. Let's see. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better double IPAs that I've had as of late. On the outside looking at it, I enjoy it. It's super interesting. I'm having fun. But on a scale from my favorite to this, it's on the edge of outside looking in, just because I do like mine a specific way. But is it one of the more funner New England style IPA, especially in the dry hopped fashion? Even though they're pretty much all dry hopped fashion that I've had as late. Yes. Let's see. Value availability. No idea. Maybe somebody out there can chime in, let us know, and leave you with if you like what, will you like this. If you like the beers that are coming out from Hop Butcher, or I assume Weldworks, or even like, you know what I mean, like Salamoth, and those kind of breweries out there that are taking that New England kind of sensibility, but bringing in their roots and their bits and pieces of their own kind of what they grew up drinking beer-wise out in Chicago. I feel like that kind of mixture of those two beers, because that's what you're getting here. So if you like that, then you like this. There you go. Easy peasy. Some other words. Anyway, there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you didn't, anywhere down there, you can write things, or you can go up there. There's nothing up there. Don't look up there. But you can write me. You can, write down there. You can write me an email, massivebeers@gmail.com. You can go to the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the Twits, and all that stuffs, and write me too. And there, Massive Beers, and all 4 or 5 or how many of those places I named places. And let me know what's up. So other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice kind of Chicago born and bred hop forward beer right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.